is one of those wonderfully peaceful, calm, sweet mornings where I'm just taking my time and making some sourdough discard pancakes for my family. The kids are all running around playing, doing their own thing before breakfast. And normally our routine is, while I'm making breakfast, my husband is working on making us 2 cups of coffee. And mornings are just one of my absolute favorite parts of the day. I really love mornings. They're just so calm and quiet, and they usually go by pretty smoothly. If I had a list of favorite things to use my sourdough discard for, I think these pancakes are on the top of the list. They're just super easy to make. You just throw all these ingredients together, and the sourdough starter does not have to be active, which is what I like, because I had fed my starter the previous day and it got pretty full and it grew and became really active, and then I ended up not using it. So I had a jar, just a giant jar filled with sourdough discard, and I didn't want to re-pour it into a different jar, and I didn't want to waste it, obviously. So in these cases, I go ahead and just use it in my favorite sourdough discard recipes. And today that is the sourdough discard pancake recipe, which is just super simple to make. So it's a wonderful way to use up your discard, and not to mention, it's a delicious way to start your day with this kind of breakfast. Pancake batter ended up turning out a little bit too runny. I probably should have added some flour, but I didn't, and it actually turned out just fine. It was a little hard to work with while it was raw and I was pouring it out onto the skillet, but afterwards, when it was all cooked and done, it was just perfect. I'll be sharing in just a few minutes some of our favorite ways to eat pancakes, just what kind of toppings we use, and I would love to know your favorite ways. What does your family love? How do you guys enjoy pancakes? So make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know how you and your family enjoy pancakes for breakfast and what kind of toppings you enjoy.
That is hot.
It is. Yep.
Is this good soil?
While our oldest daughter is finishing up the pancakes, I'm starting on our toppings. To start with, I am cutting up some fresh fruit, and today we wanted some strawberry banana pancakes, so I'm just slicing up some fresh strawberries and some bananas. We've kind of entered into a new season of life, which has been really enjoyable. It's where we have a teenager, so our oldest daughter is 13 years old, and it's been really interesting and really fun, and it's really awesome because she loves to be in the kitchen and she helps me a lot, and so that actually has been making things so much easier on me, and she really helps the household to run smoothly. She not only helps with laundry and a bunch of other things, but a lot of times she'll be the one to either take over breakfast if it's taking me a while to make something such as pancakes, because you have to do each one individually, or all together. She'll just be like, "Hey mom, today I got breakfast." And so it's been really helpful and a really nice and refreshing new season to step into as a family. oftentimes you'll hear that homemaking isn't a real job and that homemakers are even looked down upon by some, but one of my favorite things about being a homemaker is that the household literally cannot run without a homemaker who loves the house and does everything in her power with her own hands to make the home wonderful and beautiful and run smoothly. So I definitely see it as a real full-time job, and I treat it as such. I treat it with great responsibility and great care because I know that the sweet souls that are under my roof, that they can either thrive or struggle. And as a homemaker, I see that I can do a lot of things to make either one of those happen. So I do everything in my power to make sure that everyone in my home is feeling welcomed and loved and feeling the peace around the home, my husband and my children, and just I try to pour all the love that I can into my hands and into whatever I'm doing. So breakfast is one of the ways that I love to show love to my family. I really enjoy making breakfasts, and usually our breakfasts are bigger. Like I'll serve two things, so something sweet and something savory, and I just see that as a way of taking care of my family's nutrition and just making their mornings enjoyable. And I also just always keep in mind, if I'm not feeling motivated or excited to do my daily tasks, I just always ask myself, if not me, who else would do all these things for my family to make them feel so loved and welcomed in the home and prepare these delicious meals? Well, no one can really do that as well as a mother and a homemaker can. So keeping that kind of mindset and perspective really motivates me and makes me be more enthusiastic and passionate about what I do, because the fact is that no one can do this job as well as the mother and homemaker of the home. And personally, for me, keeping this kind of mindset and perspective is really what drives me to be more joyful and more enthusiastic about my daily tasks. Because there will always be hard days. Childcare is not an easy task. And then along with all the cleaning and cooking and baking and homeschooling and gardening and all the things that go into caring for a household and caring for children, it can get overwhelming, and sometimes you can just feel weak and unmotivated. But keeping that in mind on the hard days is a really important thing for me. I've shared this in many of my other videos, but part of my daily homemaking routine consists of feeding my starter. Not every single day, probably I would say every other day, but I feed my starter and I will usually decide later on what I want to do with it, whether it's going to be bread or dinner rolls or whatever, maybe cinnamon rolls. But the starter is always ready. So I feed it every other day and then decide what I want to make with it. And this ensures that I always have food at home. I also take the time closer towards the evenings before dinner time to just do a light run through, just do a light cleaning around the home, just to keep it nice and clean and cozy for all of us to enjoy and dwell in together. Because I feel like if I allow things to pile up till the evening, it takes too much time to clean it up. This way, I just do light cleanups throughout the day, just do quick run-throughs, and this ensures that I don't have a whole lot to do in the evenings and I'm able to relax and rest.